distance, into the distance, as we are champions. Oh, let's go FORZA! La 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 la. Let me put on everything. We are the winners. FORZA Ferrari, FORZA, FORZA, FORZA. Let's go Ferrari! Wow, and you guys, what a fantastic victory here for Scuderia Ferrari, for Lewis Hamilton in the first sprint weekend, obviously in the first sprint of the 2025-2025 Formula 1 season, which of course took place at the Shanghai International Circuit there on the outskirts of Shanghai, China. We are absolutely, over the moon. This was a fantastic victory. This was exactly what we needed after obviously the disaster in Australia. I told you in a race introduction, lots of things were possible. Again, Hamilton, he loves this track and he delivered absolutely magnificent performance. So we will finally be celebrating here with the Grand Prix trophy. Well, finally, in just on just the second time of asking, which is absolutely fantastic. We will of course, put on that medal. We will of course celebrate here with the trophy, and we will show you over here just how we dominated the race, especially with Lewis Hamilton. I do believe Charles Leclerc could have joined him as well, and obviously what it means for the drivers and the Constructors' Championship, and just how strong we are looking at the moment. Because again, this is just basically, kind of the first, maybe third of the weekend, because there is still, lots to play for, especially, or I should say there's just 1/4, because there's still, basically lots of points to play for, especially in that Grand Prix proper. So I'm absolutely amazed. This was a great victory by Lewis Hamilton. Again, this is exactly why we brought him in. He's so super strong, and basically as the clouds of the Melbourne were replaced with the sun of Shanghai, which is the exact opposite of what happened in 2024, so did the fortunes change dramatically, right? And we all of a sudden went from struggling to on this brand new spanking surface to go much quicker, to fully utilize that creepy track, and to deliver, the performance which obviously Scuderia Ferrari deserves. So I'm over the moon. How about you? How did you like the sprint race? I was absolutely loving it. So over here, basically free practice one, we did a pretty good job, but it was really in qualifying. We nicely. We were competitive on the medium tires already in the SQ1 sprint qualifying one, and immediately Hamilton was already first there in the SQ2 sprint qualifying 2. Again, did a good job on the mediums. And once we put on the soft tires for the SQ3, the sprint qualifying 3, we've gotten even faster. But it was really close, and it was a very exciting qualifying session, because basically what happened was that we only did one run, right? As you know, the sprint qualifying is only 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So basically for the sprint qualifying 3, we kind of just went for that one push run. Piastri put it on pole position. Obviously Norris was struggling. You could see Russell doing well as well, and then Hamilton picked Piastri by about 0.1 seconds. We were celebrating Charles Leclerc always about 2-3 tenths down. Again, it's mostly due to these snake turns. We are in a year of snake, obviously here in the Far East Asia, right? So that design of the track, there are basically these long turns, that go almost full circle, and that's where Leclerc is struggling, right? Because that's the turns 1, 2, 3 basically, and that's turns 11, 12, 13 heading onto the main straight, and that's really where he lost pretty much always a tenth or a couple of tenths to Lewis. So he would obviously then line up behind, and then all of a sudden you had Verstappen, right? So the good thing was we were Hamilton first, Piastri second, then Leclerc, Verstappen then put in a time that almost equal Lewis Hamilton, just 0.018 seconds slower, but then this would be the record-breaking front row of obviously 2 drivers holding the most world championships. That's 11 world championships. So again, we were very excited about it, right? Starting from 1 and 4, everybody obviously used the medium tires, because the track temperature temperature would be very high, about 40 degrees Celsius. It would be around just obviously before noon, right? So when the sprint started, you could see, you know, the light rays shining, you know, on the surface, obviously making it hot, and it really played to our favor, right? Because Hamilton got a great start. Obviously, you know, at the sprint, it's just, you know, a 19 lap dash to the checkered flag, 100 kilometers. Hamilton, you know, was very aggressive. So we saw it in 2021 season, right? That when it's Hamilton and Verstappen, it usually ends up with Verstappen being very tough into turn 1, trying to run Hamilton off the road. And nothing of that happened because Lewis Hamilton closed the door immediately in Michael Schumacher style, because he is racing Forza Ferrari, Scuderia Ferrari car, right? And pretty much from that point, never looked back, you know, nicely controlled the Verstappen, kept him, you know, just within a second over there, didn't overpush the tires. That was obviously the issue for all of the drivers, and yeah, I was absolutely amazed, you know, by his skills. You know, this is exactly what Lewis Hamilton can bring, and just, you know, you can see, you know, what a difference a driver can make. You can also see it, for example, when I'm racing, right? And, you know, sometimes if we had Leclerc and Sainz, we probably would have, you know, qualified 4th and 6th, and, you know, well, maybe 3rd and 5th, right? And it wouldn't be such a successful weekend, especially since it's not really Leclerc's favorite track. So, you know, with Hamilton being there, providing that extra champion, a 10th or 2 of a second, you know, he was pretty much in control. Only got a bit of a front left tire graining, you know, around like maybe 7-8. Verstappen got a little bit close, but you know, it was great. Lewis is very strong in these snake assist turns. You know, he got a fantastic exit, obviously out of 11, 12 and 13 on that lap, but Verstappen had a DRS when he was about 0.7, 0.8 seconds behind. And once you're 0.8 seconds behind, it's really difficult, even with the DRS, to make up the time heading into the hairpin and on that longest straight. And you know, then basically Verstappen cooked his tires, fell into the clutches of Piastri, who overtook him. Sadly for Leclerc, kind of fell asleep. I think it was lap 3 or 4, got overtaken by Russell and never recovered the position, even though at the lap of 19 he was very close. But what is very impressive, what we are super happy about, you know, with this fantastic weather, with a great setup and just how well we did, is that you know, we won by 7 seconds. You know, this is a 19 lap race, and you know, that means that we could have won the Grand Prix if it continued probably easily by 10 or 20 seconds, you know, which gives you lots of options. You don't need to worry about the weather, right? All of a sudden raining, not raining, should we stop, should we not stop? You simply drive. You know, if again you're getting a bit slower on a tire, you can basically just copy the strategy of the guys behind and not even lose the lead, right? Obviously you lose maybe a couple of seconds doing this way. It's not the fastest strategy, but basically, you know, being in complete control. Again, Lewis was a little bit helped, obviously, you know, by that fight between Verstappen and Piastri. Piastri did well to recover, you know, some points with a tough move on Verstappen, but overall this was all about Ferrari, and you know, you could see the crowd, right? You know, shouting, obviously chanting Lewis Hamilton's name, you know, Lewis, you know, the first real win for Ferrari, even though it's not a Grand Prix win. Obviously, that's what we are here for. But I think, you know, I was really hoping, you know, that Lewis would convert this sprint pole position into the sprint race victory, because it can kind of kickstart the season, and especially give him a lot of confidence that you can win with a Ferrari. It's a beautiful car. And again, maybe the fashion might not be the best as you can see this year, but again, I was so happy with the way, you know, the race was executed like a true 7-time champion. This is exactly how I would execute it. Obviously, you know, check out, you know, how I'm racing as well. I think you will love it. Obviously, last year, China was the 5th round of the season, so you'll have to wait for that Chinese sprint as well. But let me tell you, if Lewis can win, so can I, right? So let's take a look over here. And just how exactly, you know, that sprint finish in our beautiful Scuderia Red Retina Ferrari I make as Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time champion and the new Scuderia Ferrari driver, you know, claiming the first sprint win of the season. That's faster, you know, victories that we've gotten even last year. Obviously in 2022 we started even better, but you know, good starts, you know, that we have to convert into a real championship challenge. So Hamilton with the SF1000T818, obviously for the SF25 racing wheel, finally he learned all of the switches. And you know, he was uncatchable, as you can see over here. So let me show it to you. It looks very beautiful, you guys. Isn't that beautiful? So look at it. Okay, so this is again, you know, Lewis Hamilton over here, again, you know, dominating the race by almost 7 seconds from Piastri. You then have Verstappen finishing 3rd, Russell 4th, Leclerc 5th. As I said, really you know, challenged Russell there. 6th, then Tsunoda 7. Andrea Kimi Antonelli obviously had a tougher race, rookie, but 8 Lando Norris. This is very important because obviously Norris won Australia, but he had a torrid race, struggled a lot with the tire degradation. This is great for the championship. And then 9 Stroll, 10 Alonso for Aston Martin, but they won't get any points. For obvious reasons, because in sprint only the top 8 get the points. So let's take a look at our F1 drivers 2025 championship. So this is how it looks like. So you have Lando Norris leading with 26 points. Then you have Max Verstappen with 24 points over there. Verstappen being cautious, knowing that he can make up the points to Norris, already thinking about the championship. The surprise is obviously George Russell here, third with 20 points. Quietly picking up, again, the points over there. As you can see, right? You get a podium, you get a 4th place, and look, he's just 6 points off the lead. 4th is then obviously his teammate Andrea Kimi Antonelli with 14 points. Then we have Alexander Albon 5th place, still 10 points only from Australia. Look at Oscar Piastri now, 6th with 9 points. Lewis Hamilton 7th with 9 points. Obviously, it's very strange that it's like this way, right? So what really matters is not the victory, right? Because you would think Hamilton should be 6th if they have the equal number of points, but it's actually because obviously in the Grand Prix, Piastri finished higher. That's the tiebreaker. So we could get it, and now you exactly know why. And the top 10 is then rounded off. 8 Lance Stroll, 8 points, again also ahead of Charles Leclerc, because he finished ahead of him in Australia. Charles Leclerc 9 with 8 points, but again, good haul of points, more than we've gotten. We've gotten more in sprint, obviously, almost triple than what we've gotten in Australian Grand Prix. Unbelievable. 10 is then Nico Hülkenberg with 6 points, and yeah, this would be basically your top 10. Obviously we will introduce, the remainder over here. You then have 11 Tsunoda, 3 points, then 12 Gasly already 0 points, 13 Ocon 0 points, 14 Berman 0 points with Doohan, Alonso, Bortoleto, Hajar, Lawson, and Carlos Sainz still not really classified, because what really matters is obviously how well you can do in the Grand Prix, right? Not that you just finished a sprint. So let's take a look at the Formula 1 Constructors Championship for the 2025 season. So here, it's a big fight actually between McLaren and Mercedes, even though you don't really see them fighting. First McLaren 35 points, second Mercedes 34 points. But again, usually it is obviously because one of the McLarens is having problems, but mostly McLaren's fighting with Red Bulls and us with Ferraris. Third, Red Bull Racing 24 points. And you can see that we are already up to 4th place from 7th place, 17 points. Excuse me, that great sprint immediately propel us to where we should be. And I think, after the Grand Prix, we should definitely go to the 3rd place, because, Lawson, that's terrible performances for Red Bull. So I think we have a great chance, to go to 3rd and, even challenge. Again, that's 18 points. That's definitely doable, for the race. Again, if we win it with a 1-2, we would get 43 points, and you would basically get 27 if you finish 3rd and 4th. So if McLaren's finished 3rd and 5th, we would have usurped, the lead of the Constructors' Championship, and why not do it right at the 2nd race of the season to show them who's the boss. 5th is then Williams with 10 points, 6 Aston Martin 8 points, 7 Kick Sauber 6 points, 8 Racing Bulls 3 points. Okay, Tsunoda did pretty well there, and then you have 9 Alpine 0 points, 10 Haas 0 points. So this is how it looks like. Okay, I'm sure you guys are loving this great format over here, and what a great victory by Lewis Hamilton. Look, he looks pretty good, right, in the overalls, and we are just so happy. So in order to celebrate the victory over here, I'm sure you guys are ready to lift the trophy in style. Okay, and yes, we will definitely do so.
Now a winning combination.
Okay, so over here, let me make sure we celebrate in style. So you guys, are you ready? Wow, what a great victory. We cannot wait for the Grand Prix. I think we have the ultimate pace. We will see, obviously, in a qualifying, gonna again plant it on pole position, or at least the first 2, maybe even 3 rows. But with that pace, especially we are unbeatable on the medium tires, right? Everybody ran medium. Nobody knows hard, right? What will happen? Everybody knows that soft, will in such a heat obviously degrade pretty quickly. So I think we are in for a great lap for Scuderia Ferrari, and exactly what the doctor ordered after the heart attack of Australia. So now, everybody, let's celebrate! Yes! Wow, we can finally put it on! Yes, we are Grand Prix sprint winner! We are sprint winners! Wow! We hope we will look great, guys! And 3, 2, 1, Forza Ferrari! Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Let's celebrate! Let's go! Forza Ferrari! Let's go! Yay! Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Oh, come on, Liz! Come on, Charles! Let's go for these trophies! Wow! Yay! We got it! Da, 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 da. Forza Ferrari! We are the best! Forza Ferrari!